Good afternoon, everyone. Matt and I are back. We're coming fresh off of our talk about recruiting to go into culture as we had promised. The value of culture is so important to our organization, and I'm sure to many. For us, it's really about what it means in terms of how we're operating on a day to day basis. And our sort of internal saying is that culture eats talent for breakfast. So we're really big on this, and there's a couple of things that are really, really important to us. So, welcome back, Matt. I know we're excited to talk about this one. So, any initial thoughts
Absolutely.
before we dive in here?
Well, first off, happy Friday, and I'm excited to be on with you again. And we're building something great here. Culture is so important. There's so many outputs, so many great things that come out of having a great culture.
Couldn't agree more. So, I want to jump into a couple of the things that we feel strongly about, kind of what makes a superior culture, and then we'll jump into like how to actually execute it. So, off the top, you got to have engagement, and we really push for this. And it's something being transparent. It's something that we struggled with a little bit in the beginning, and I think in the beginning of any company. The beautiful thing is you get a clean sheet of paper to develop that culture, but you have fits and starts in terms of, do we have the right people? Is everyone moving in the same direction? Does everyone really understand the vision? And that takes a little bit of time. But now that we're almost a year into it, we've got just a phenomenal team. We've got everyone that we really wanted, everyone that we need. Everyone really understands their role. They're working together. We're remote, but that has no negative impact whatsoever. Everyone's really engaged, and it's making all the difference in the world. I mean, I just did a recording about momentum, and man, and we are just cruising right now, and it's a lot of fun, and everyone is asking good questions and wants to know what's going on in all the different areas. So the engagement's just been incredible. uh, I mean, Matt's relatively new. What were your initial impressions when you walked in?
I mean, the team all loves each other's company, right? And so when you enjoy the people you work with and you enjoy spending time together, that makes a difference. And that's fun to do because we're remote. I was impressed with how close I found folks to be when everybody's remote. And when you're doing it right, and you got employees thinking about the operation all the time and being kind of engaged like that, it's very very powerful.
Yeah, and that kind of leads to the next point, which is what we call like employee leadership. And that's really where the staff's kind of almost kind of policing themselves, right? They don't need to run to the quote unquote management for everything they need. They know how to get stuff done. They know how to work amongst themselves. And there really isn't any sort of form of almost like babysitting, which I've definitely encountered in other places. And we've got employees all over the place in terms of physically, but also level of experience, age, everything. We have a really diverse group, which I love, which is so important to us. Like, it's representative of what we see every day in society. That's what our company should represent too. And I think it's great for us. It's great for our clients, and we're seeing a lot of that.
Right. When you're doing it right and people are kind of looking after each other because they know you're intolerables. They know what you value. They know who the organization is, and so they start to look out for each other. Right? The employees care about each other. They're engaged, and they're leading each other because they're like, hey, if you do this or this, that might be better for you, or don't do that because that doesn't fly here, especially for new hires. So I think when you have a well led organization, the employees start to look after each other that way.
100%. And that kind of gets you one of the main things that we're looking for, which is resilience. Startups are, you get new challenges every day, every week, and there's definitely periods where you're going over hurdles. But when everyone's working together and they're really comfortable together, those hurdles are not that big, and everyone has no problem understanding. Like, yeah, we're in a push right now. Let's get through it, whatever it is. If it's something with technology, if it's something with we just added a bunch of clients or whatever it is, it's not an issue. And the great thing about that is, if your employees are happy and they work through that stuff, how do you think your customers are going to feel? They're pretty happy too. So that positive energy is contagious, and it's magnetic. And when you have that, there's nothing you can't do. And we're kind of in that role right now, and we're really loving it.
One of the examples I think of, Dave, is in regards to resilience is related to what we when we had the end of the year discussions, right, about how 2023 finished up. And one of the things that I remember you commenting on is like we really have clarity on who our customer is, right? Who our target market is, and we talked about that. And not that we didn't before, but you're trying to grow and achieve the vision, but we had this clarity that you shared, and I think it's really showing off in the momentum that we're experiencing in this first quarter of 2024 because
Hmm.
of that clarity. And so things change, and sometimes they get more refined. Sometimes it might be a pivot. But I think when you communicate that out, it all of a sudden the employees like all the light bulbs are going off, and it really speaks to I think what is starting off to be a pretty fantastic 2024.
Yeah, I mean, like every client that we've added recently, and we're adding them at a unbelievable pace, but they're the right client, and it makes it easier for everyone in the organization that works with them. You're onboarding a client, they're getting you everything you need quickly, they're engaged, they're asking about the campaigns, they're asking about the ads. Everyone's getting involved in that process, and we're really solving some amazing problems, and that's super exciting. I mean, that is why we built the company. We knew that what was being sold to dealers right now is oversold and underdelivered. We wanted to bring some excellence back to the marketing, and that's what our staff is seeing. They're dealing with excellent clients, and we're delivering excellence back to them, and it's just been beautiful. Like all these new clients are just the calls are fun. I mean, I haven't had a lot of time to go on calls through much of last year, and I'm making the time now, and I'm starting to delegate some other things because I want to be in touch with the clients. I want to hear what's going on, and I want to see the vision that Alex and I have developed. I want to see it getting executed, and I have, and it's been great. And our employees are really really seeing it on a day-to-day basis, and this culture is really really developing. And to be just a year into it and have made the progress we've made, it's outstanding. We're really really just loving the day to day right now.
Well, and to piggyback on that, we've spent some time talking about like the benefits of a great culture, and I think there's some great things that we're seeing in our organization, but I think there's more to do for sure. And I know, at least for me and kind of my role, we're trying to be more intentional about creating, a great culture, getting that flywheel spinning, using Jim Collins' good to great to think in terms of like how to create great culture and great leadership. And, when we're doing it right, we see those value points. And when you mentioned something in regards to like how you spend your day, how you engage with the clients. And I think that you and Alex have, from a leadership perspective, that's one of the things that helps to create a great culture is having strong leaders who know who they are, who know the vision of the company, and they hold people accountable, and they're willing to kind of go into the organization at all different levels, top to bottom, side to side, with customers, with staff. And I think you and Alex do a phenomenal job of that.
I appreciate you saying that. I think it's the trust we have in the staff around us that allows us to do that. So I think bringing in good people, trusting them, um, letting them kind of almost police themselves a little bit, like we talked about earlier, and really, when the issues come up, it's a very safe environment. We really want to create that. We want it to be safe for a lot of reasons. We want it to be, blameless if there's problems. Let's just figure it out. There's no reason to point fingers. We don't have to. We're all working so closely together. Doesn't matter. Let's figure it out.
Yep.
And then on the flip side of that, when things go really well, we want to recognize the hell out of it. We want to do it in real time. I got off a call yesterday with a client that was super pleased with the creative concepts we came up with. First thing I did was reach out to our creative director and say, "You hit it out of the park." They absolutely loved it. Those are little things, and those are things that you shouldn't even have to think about, but it goes a long way. And it doesn't matter what area it is. We had some great launches. Hit our implementation team immediately. You guys killed it. The client's happy. All those things you have to do regularly, and you shouldn't even think about it.
Yep, feedback is best delivered warm and timely, and it's been great to work in an organization where that stuff those things travel quick, and we get to the bottom of those issues, and we praise each other, and from not just from the top down, but I also appreciate what we've done in our team meetings to make sure that folks are praising people across the organization. and dealing with those issues when they come up. It all hasn't been perfect, and we've been able to handle those things quickly in various forms. So it's been great. And the other thing I wanted to mention too is like making it fun, right? Like we
Yep.
laugh a lot and try to be intentional. By laughing, I recognize that I need to watch Step Brothers more because you like always dropping Step Brothers references that I need to be a little sexual on. But no, laughing creates trust. I think it creates that connection. It creates a comfort, and when you have that trust, it builds loyalty, and there's great things that come through that.
Yeah, I mean, we can't take ourselves too seriously. We're not solving world hunger or cancer here, but we are helping our clients make more money and be more successful. And we take that super seriously. The important thing is that we don't take ourselves too seriously. This is a wonderful thing that we're doing. We're passionate, but we want to have fun too. Again, we've got a wide range of folks working for us, so it's important that we understand those differences amongst all these people, but celebrate them and have fun while we're doing it.
Amen.
So thanks for listening. We'll be back. We've got a bunch of other topics we're going to be covering over time here. Please reach out, engage with us. We're super excited about what we're doing. We'd love to hear other stories of things that have worked for other companies. And everyone have a great weekend, and we'll be back next week with more. Thanks.
Absolutely. Cheers, Dave. Thanks. See you,
See
everybody.
you, Matt.